Very good morning to you. Welcome to Sports on the Weekend Show. My name is Ojiri Akpan. I am not alone on the show today. I have Martin Obono with me. Welcome to the show, Martin.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me.
Okay, so Martin has something to talk to us about concerning your PVCs and football, but we always start the show with an inspirational quote from a former sports legend or a current sports star. So today we decided to go and tap from the wisdom of former American great and basketball legend John Wooden, and he says, do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. That is a wisdom coming in from John Wooden. And right now, let's look at some things that happened in the week. Of course, the MPFL started from last weekend. The 2018-2019 season started, and there were some shockers. Go Around FC picked up a win away from home, away to Abia Warriors. So that was a shocking result for the first match day one of the MPFL season. And it's an abridged league, so Go Around and Abia Warriors are both in Group B. So there's Group A and there's Group B. So we just keep up with what's going on in the league. I know some of us don't understand exactly what's going on. We just keep up with it in the league. But also, there will be matches tomorrow. There were matches played in midweek. That's match day 2. So tomorrow we'll see match day 3. So I'll get you all the details about that coming up next week. But let's also run straight to the CAF Confederation and CAF Champions League. Our representatives, I must say, have been doing us proud. Okay, so Lobby Stars started with a 2-1 win against Mamelodi Sundowns in the group stage of the CAF Champions League, and today they will be taking on Aztec Mimosa at about 5 p.m. and they're doing that away from home also. But let's quickly leave there and go to the CAF Confederations Cup, where we know that Enugu Rangers has also been flying the flag high, and yes, there will be in action against Bantu. That will be coming up tomorrow in Nigeria here. But the first leg ended with a 2-1 win. I expected more from Rangers, but I think they're doing well. They got a win, so that's okay for us. Well, so they will play the second leg tomorrow, and after that we get to see the draws for the group stage of the CAF Confederations Cup. So quickly, matches played last weekend. We have goals of the week. Yes, there were lots of goals scored in the week. I enjoyed those goals. They were really, really nice. But let's take a look at the goals, because I know we have goals from Luka Modric and Reshola. There's also something from Lopez and Kaziri. Let's take a look at the goals of the week.
Seeking out Schürrle here, and he's found him. Brilliant touch from Schürrle! Oh, wow! That is magnificent! That's not bad for starters, and some out of this world from Andre Schürrle. A goal to take your breath away. Cleverly. And Cleverly again! Brilliant goal! Oh, a spellbinding strike from Tom Cleverly, and Watford have turned it around. Goes for it, finds it, brilliant goal. Wonderfully struck by Willian. A moment of brilliance from the Brazilian.
Habitual por las bajas, y aquí tenéis el gol de Luka Modric. Llegaba en el minuto 13 con ese zapatazo.
Barret and the former Gangon coach would have been delighted with the build-up and finish of Wesley Saïd to lead against podium chasing Montpellier. Well, not since Olivier Giroud's hat-trick in a 5-3 win. They drew first blood against Monaco as OM went in search of a first win in 8 matches in all competition. Maxime Lopez stinging effort, too much for Diego Benaglio. 13 minutes on the clock. OM's fastest domestic goal of the season.
I must say, those beautiful goals sometimes light up your day when it comes to football. Martin, you saw those goals, beautiful goals. Sometimes as football fans, that's what we look forward to.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what is a football match without goals? I think it's boring. Goalless draws are boring. We like to see goals, beautiful goals. And, you know, it's nice to see goals of the week, but sometimes there are stories behind the goals. Sometimes it could be an 89-minute winner, it could be an 89-minute equalizer, or a 90-minute equalizer. And the importance of those goals actually more than what we see sometimes, but it's good to see beautiful goals scored. The technique's so different and so sometimes difficult to see. But We have matches coming up this weekend, I'm sure. Martins will be talking about the match of the weekend today, but let's take a look at the matches. You can see them on the screen already. This is the fixtures from England. You also see those from Spain, and but one big game coming up this weekend. But before we get to the game, let's look at the top four in England. We have Liverpool, City. They will also have Spurs, and we have Chelsea. What do you think of the look?
With the top four, I think it's still going to change.
Okay, who's
I
going to
still
win?
feel that the league this year is going to be between Liverpool and Man City.
So it's going to be between Liverpool. Who will win out from those two?
I think Liverpool.
Well, yeah, Ture obviously disagrees with you, but we won't get into that. Match of the weekend is Arsenal against Chelsea, and they're key players for that game. But this is a very important game for Arsenal. They're playing at home. Arsenal actually have won 3 games in their last 6. They've lost twice, drawn 1, and so not great results compared to Chelsea, who have just lost 1 game, drawn 1 game, and won the rest and the remaining 4 of their last 6 matches. So those are big games. This is a big game for Arsenal. They might not be doing so well away from home, but they're good at home. How do you think Sarri Ball will fare against Unai Emery's Arsenal?
With the data you've just reeled out, I think Chelsea is not in a very favorable position right now in terms of winning this game. The reason is simple. Chelsea hasn't performed so well under Sarri Ball. Usually, when a coach takes over from Chelsea, they get to win the league in their first year. And Sarri Ball hasn't really impressed that way. And Arsenal has a lot at stake with this game tonight.
What do they have at stake?
They have a lot at stake. They've lost 3 matches in 6 games. And if they lose this match, they are not going to be among the top 4. That's a whole lot for Arsenal. It means a lot
So
for
they
them.
could lose their top 4 place.
They could
if they
lose
this match.
their top 4 place if they lose this match. And these are all the things that are threatening them and looking them in the face. So they've got to do their best. They have to put in their best and ensure they supply Aubameyang some kind of balls for him to do what he knows how to do best.
Talking about Aubameyang, let's look at how the Chelsea defense will file out against the Arsenal attack. They are prolific in front of goal as the Arsenal players. We have Iwobi, Lacazette, and Aubameyang to actually contend with Chelsea. Not so good up front. I think Hazard has been your most prolific player.
Absolutely.
Here comes my worry. How do you play 6 months in the Premier League and then you survive? I think it's a miracle that Chelsea is even in the top 5.
Hazard is a very strong player. He's a very, very strong player. You could rate Hazard with Messi as one of the 2 strong players who can go stretch without injuries and all that. Someone said it's because they are down to earth, and so the force of gravity helps them. But however, it is very important to note that Chelsea doesn't just have Hazard on the striking force. They also have somebody like Willian who could be a good support to him. And Willian has done well in the last game. And his goal, I mean, he's gone back to his former style of placing the ball from one corner and then getting the net. And so Chelsea would probably do well. Both teams have a lot at stake in this game tonight. So.
Okay, but apart from that, I think you two have a lot coming up tonight concerning this game. You have jerseys to give out tonight, right?
Yes, so our organization TAP initiative is using football to promote collection of PVC and voter participation in the 2019 elections. The reason is simple. You need to look for people's interest and use people's interest to drive people's interest to what you really want to achieve. So INEC has released data of 8 million Nigerians who haven't collected their PVCs, and we feel we want to use football. And Chelsea Arsenal has one of the biggest fan base in Nigeria as clubs. So we are using this medium to set up viewing centers in the 6 geopolitical zones.
Good.
In Lagos, in Abuja, in Kaduna, in Gombe, in Cross River, and in Imo. And today in Abuja, we are using River Plate Park junkyard in River Plate Park.
Okay.
So first 10 people who come there with their PVCs will get free jerseys.
Are you saying everyone who walks in there gets a
Everyone,
free jersey?
no, not everyone who gets in there.
Okay.
We can't afford that. But the first 10 people who walk in there.
So the first 10 people who get to Junkyard River Plate gets
Yes,
a
and not
free
only
jersey.
Junkyard, but all other viewing centers across the Federation. And this is important because we need to understand, you just mentioned something about goal. As a country, how far have we fared in terms of scoring goals, economic goals, power goal, electricity goal, education and all that. So we are getting to the last minute of this administration.
Yeah.
How much goals have they scored? So putting that out there also informs citizens of what they want and how they should vote, basically. But we are non-partisan. We are saying you just need to have these goals set out for yourself as a nation. And this is not the only game we have, basically. On the 9th of February, we are having a live game between the old AFCON winners, that's 1994 players who won African Cup of Nations, to play against the 2013 African Cup of Nations winners. And this game is going to be held at the National Stadium in Lagos. You have Kanu Nwankwo, Victor Ikpeba, Mutu Adepoju, all the old guards coming out to play.
Again?
February 9th at the National Stadium in Lagos. So with this game, what we are also saying, you need to have your PVC for you to come watch this game.
That's your ticket?
That's your ticket.
Okay.
So MI will perform during the halftime show and a lot of other side attractions. So we are expecting people to come out and get their PVCs, and we are encouraging them to do this.
Okay. So I really like it. It's interesting. So, say it again. MI is performing at halftime?
MI will perform at the halftime show. We are still talking to other artists like Two-Face, so we are expecting them to come. So wherever you are, you need to come there. Watch your favorite players. And we go back to the historical narrative. From 1994 to 2019, it's 25 years.
Wow.
And okay, from the last time they won the game was also a decade, from 1994 to 2013.
Yeah.
As a nation, how does football tell our story? You know, how does football tell our story? How far have we developed as a country? You know, so if we as a people haven't progressed in sports, we can't progress in all walks of our life. So we need to fix our country, basically, and we need to use sports to tell a different story.
Okay, so this is not about political parties or sections or whatever. It's just about every Nigerian trying to do their civic duty.
Absolutely.
Pick up your PVCs and go and vote. So we're encouraging you with that, and that is coming in from Martin, right? So for tonight's game, you need to get your PVC and head straight to River Park, right? River Park, and Junkyard is the place you go to in Junkyard, and then you pick up. You can get to jersey. So if the game is for 6 o'clock and I get there by 5 o'clock, I can still get my jersey, right?
You will get your jersey because you got there on time. So some people said they'll be there they'll sleep over from last night to tonight.
Of course,
so we've got people there who are actually
sleep over. Come on, this is the jersey we're talking about.
But you have to be there during the game because we're using the game also for voter education. We are putting out information.
Okay, so for instance, you get there early, you write your name down, you're like number 2, and then you watch the game. So maybe at the end of the game, you get your jersey.
At
so that
the
you
end
don't
of the
leave
game,
before the game.
yes, at the end of the game, you get
so
your
it's not an
jersey.
effort in futility, okay? So still talking about this Arsenal-Chelsea game. It's a big one. Of course, Sarri ball will be on display today. Let's see what happens with the Chelsea team up against Arsenal. But one bone of contention has been N'Golo Kante's positioning for Chelsea. Recently, people have been complaining that he's been played out of position. It's like you have a brand. N'Golo Kante is known for being the best defensive midfielder, box-to-box player in the Premier League. Sarri has changed that. You're a Chelsea fan, Martin. Has Jorginho been more beneficial to Chelsea than Kante?
Yes, I agree with that analysis because also football gives you a better idea of, you need to know who fits in where, basically. So N'Golo Kante won't perform in his best position if he's taken to another position because that's not where he fits in. So it's just like getting the round holes in the round pegs. So you can't fix somebody somewhere and expect him to do too well. Okay. So that is actually affecting his performance and his rating. But
generally, football fans, maybe we have too many expectations of football players. We know that there are players who can play almost anywhere on the pitch apart from being a goalkeeper. Players are taught to begin to adapt to different scenarios, different positions, and different situations. So could I'm not saying he has not adapted. I think he has done a little bit okay, well, done maybe well, average where he is playing right now. He will be better where he's used to his traditional position. He will be better there. But let's look at Jorginho himself. A lot of Chelsea fans have said he should sit on the bench. He's not being useful to the team at all.
I am not of that opinion, because he's also tried his best in the last games.
He has tried his best?
Yes, I feel so.
You feel he has tried his best?
I feel so, yes. So I feel he has tried his best in terms of his role, essentially. But compared to N'Golo Kante, if N'Golo was playing in his regular position,
yeah,
he would have been a different ball.
Would Chelsea have had a better result between the start of the season and now if N'Golo Kante had been playing in this position?
I agree 100%.
So Sarri made a mistake.
He made a mistake.
So Sarri, you need to correct yourself. Talking about my Martin right here, Chelsea fan also. But don't forget, you need your PVCs to get into the game tonight, as at River Park. Is it River Park, right?
River
That's Junkyard,
yeah.
and of course you get a free jersey. Okay, so right now I'll take you back to Sue. Yes, and she takes you through the rest. Thank you guys for staying with me on the sports segment. Martin, thank you so much for coming in on the show.
Thank you for having me.
So Sue and Eddie, we're back to take you through the rest of the weekend show.
Well done, Odiri. Well, as you can see, I've started eating already. Chef V has been on this dish for the last 30 minutes. Chef V, walk us through what you have right now.
Right now, what we have is our food is ready. We have,
hallelujah. That's I feel like that's the most joyous phase.
yeah, true.
Food is ready.
So we have our sweet chili stir-fried chicken.
Okay.
And fried and grilled plantains. This is fried, this is grilled.
Okay.
So right here you have it mixed.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
Which is healthier, fried or grilled?
grilled actually.
Okay.
Grilled actually because of the oil.
Okay.
So grilled is actually healthier. What we did basically was we added a little oil to our pan, heated it a bit, then added onions and got our chicken fried with all the veggies. So basically,
This is it.
Before I dive in, I'm sure you could tell I like to work out and I like to eat. Okay, so could you give us an idea of, like, you know, how many calories something like this is per meal?
For this, yeah, I wouldn't advise you to have too much of this. You know, a ripe plantain has so much calories in it. So we're looking at approximately about 300 or thereabout.
That's not bad, yeah.
Not bad at
So,
all.
You can have that for...
you
For a
just
big guy,
mind
have
the,
like both.
yeah, you just mind the quantity.
Well, Eddie, I think I'm having 2 plates, and you know, this is a year of letting the belly hang loose, so it's okay. It's okay.
Live your best life.
Chef V, thank you so much for this. We will try this meal just so that
okay.
we can talk and eat at the same time. But we'll be trying this meal at the end of the program. We have a performer in the studio with us today. But first, I would like to remind you about our political map. If we can have that on the screen, basically, we're following the 2019 general elections on this map, roadmap to 2019. The red states are the APC, PDP are the green states, and APGA are the orange states. As you can see, the APC, from our projection, has more states right now that they're controlling. Due to certain events that happened in the polity most recently, some of these statistics are going to change. If we have the next map on the stage, we can see that in Bauchi State, Oshomole, the chairman, received about 18 new defectors to the All Progressives Congress. So Bauchi State might change, their stronghold might increase in that state. A representative of the UK Embassy met with the APC and PDP gubernatorial candidates in Akwa Ibom State. The new acting Inspector General of Police in Lagos State also would affect the votes there, as well as the Imo State expulsion of the APC governor would also affect the strongholds in Imo State. So we'll be mapping out some predictions for you moving forward on the program leading up to the 2019 general elections. So stay tuned, stay locked, and visit our website, weekendshowng.com. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Weekend Show NG on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Eddie, it's been a pleasure having you as my guest.
It's been a pleasure being here. It's been amazing. Hope I come back sometime
Of
soon.
course, we would love that. Chef V, thank you so much.
Thank you very
Taking
much.
us out is... Go ahead.
fighting all your voices, telling me to run and not be afraid. Look at how you have always loved me, you've loved me. You told me you had seen the future, yeah. It had you and me, and all those beautiful colors. I had no idea that I was running faster than my shadow. I wanna know your name and how you in my heart. I want you, you and me. You're the only one who I've met who loves me so. You love both my mistakes and my perfection. The only one who knows me more than me. You know me more than me. You even see me when I laugh or cry. I want you, I'm me. And all those beautiful colors, I had no idea that I was running faster than my shadow. I wanna know your name